It's video day. Yes, it is time for me to do a YouTube video, which I am super psyched about. I got all my other work done. I am ready to rock and roll, and I feel like it's been, I don't know, like a whole week since, Why is everything so dusty and messed up? It hasn't been that long. Has it? It's been 3 months. It was like a week. I've screwed up this whole channel. What have I done? What have I been doing with my life? I want to do more on this channel. It doesn't. I screwed it all up. Oh my. It's all over. God. I'm ruined. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. It's done. Hey everyone, I'm Joe Kelly and I am back from the dead. If you're new here, welcome to the channel, and if you're a return guest, it's been a minute. It's good to see you. When I started this channel, I had a pretty ambitious plan, considering what I do for a living and how much time I have. I wanted to hit 2 videos a month. And yes, I know YouTubers that post 10 times a day, but for me and what I have going on in my life, it seemed like a reasonable goal. This plan was manageable for a while until, like so many other plans, it just fell apart under pressure. I still want to grow this channel on a slow and steady basis. I still have a ton of ideas, but to put it scientifically, shit happened in my life that pulled me away, and 2 videos a month became 1, and 1 became... So am I disappointed that I didn't stick to the plan? Yes. Did I feel like a schmuck and that I was letting people down, especially myself? 100%. Did I feel like I failed? Yeah. And then I got over myself and I got back to work. Here, let me show you something. This spot in my house is affectionately known as the Cabinet of Forgotten Hobbies. It's a neat and tidy workspace that I got when we moved into this house 12 years ago. In this small space, I have the tools for sculpture, painting, drawing, watch repair, crochet, and my beloved gunpla. Also, there's a Raspberry Pi in there, a soldering kit. I mean, everything in here is of interest to me, or it was for a period of time. It's like a big kid toy box. But over time, the cabinet took on a very weird vibe. It wasn't a fun, creative space for me to play. It became this monolithic symbol of guilt. It was kind of ridiculous. I had all the toys in the world, but instead of looking at them as opportunities to create, every sketch I saw that I had sat by the wayside was a drawing that I didn't finish. And every lump of clay was a failure because it was not a sculpture that I could show to the world, including, most importantly, the wedding cake topper that I started 25 years ago. 25 years. I held on to some wire and a lump of clay. And every time I looked at it, that unfinished project became a wall. It became a ridiculous guilt wall that stopped me from trying to sculpt something else, because I really should finish that cake topper for my wedding 25 years ago. I finally tossed it last year. Now, where did this guilt come from? Not my wife. She gave up on the cake thing 5 seconds after it was obvious it was not going to be ready for the wedding. She knows me really well. Is it my college art professors that loomed over me? I've told you guys that in the past I was a knucklehead in college, so was it them whispering in my ear that I was a failure? No. Was it the unfinished gunpla boxes haunting me in my dreams?
Help us save the world! No!
Guilt. If there is a list of 7 deadly sins for the creative, guilt has to be somewhere near the top, at least for me. It is a useless emotion that blocks us creatively and keeps us from doing the hard work of pushing forward in our craft. For me, guilt manifests as a frame around my entire creative being that proves I'm a slacker, that I'm not a real creator, a real artist, not even a halfway decent hobbyist, because I can't get models put together. What a terrible waste of time and psychic energy. Acknowledging a mistake and changing your approach to your creative process, that's totally useful. Stepping away from hardline goals and embracing a sense of play in your creativity, that is another path forward. But guilt is just a story that grows with the telling, each time blocking us and pushing us further and further away from our best creative selves. That's how I started to feel about this channel. We've talked before about one of the keys to getting creative work out into the world is to carve out time and make it sacred. But I didn't do that. I mean, to be fair, I did some of it. It's a beautiful spring day here in Viborg, Denmark. I'm going on my first Norwegian hike. But everything that I shot or wrote over the last couple of months is just sitting on a hard drive. It's not edited, it's not ready to be shown. So does that mean it was a waste of time? That I've failed? Of course not. That is just a bunch of bullshit negative self-talk. This channel is and always will be an experiment in progress. And I found out where the experiment fails. Shooting videos takes me a long time. Editing them takes even longer. It's ridiculous. And while 2 videos a month seemed like a low bar and a good starting point for me, it was, in fact, at this time in my life, overly optimistic. But instead of giving up on this channel and considering the whole thing a failure, I'm gonna shift my approach to the work. I'm gonna redefine success, what it means for me, and I'm gonna push forward. I let go of the guilt, and it really feels great. Maybe some of this sounds familiar to you, and you can relate. You might have a cabinet of unfinished hobbies in your life, whether it's a corner of your house, your garage, or a corner of your brain. If so, please let me be the first person to officially absolve you of guilt by the power vested in me by the creative gods and goddesses. Also, online ministries. I'm available for weddings, funerals, and exorcisms. Guilt, be gone. Let it go. Move on and get back to work. That's what you want to do, isn't it? With your newly cleansed eyes, look at those projects that have been sitting around as new opportunities. Or just chuck them in the garbage and start fresh. You are a creator, and building something from nothing is what you do. It is never too late to recalibrate. So thanks for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next one.